Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for May 16th, 2012. It is 8:49 a.m., almost 9 a.m., and we are warming up very nicely after a rather, foggy morning for many locations and also rainy if you are around Connecticut and Long Island, where we had a few showers and even a few isolated thunderstorms mixed in there, and some of those thunderstorms were strong. But for the most part, most locations were dealing with fog, and that fog earlier this morning was around a mile in visibility. But as that fog is burning off, the low clouds are breaking up, visibility is increasing, and we're starting to set up for a rather pleasant afternoon. Unfortunately, that's not going to last for too much longer, at least for this evening. So what we're dealing with now are temperatures in the lower to mid 60s, and as the low clouds and fog burn off, these temperatures are going to spike into the lower to mid 70s right along the immediate coast, especially around Long Island, southern Connecticut, and right along the immediate New Jersey coast. However, you move 3 to 5 miles in, and you're talking about temperatures in the upper 70s and a little bit further inland, let's say around central New Jersey on westward, looking at the upper 70s to mid 80s. Yes, indeed, it is going to be a wonderful and beautiful afternoon with a little bit of humidity in the atmosphere. But unfortunately, with these warm temperatures and clear skies, there will also be a threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. Let's take a look at the latest infrared satellite picture, and you can see the skies are starting to clear. Now, this disturbance is slowly going to shift off the coast, and as it's doing so, these clouds are going to continue to break up. Now, the longer that these clouds linger along the coast, the less potential there will be for thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll explain why in just a moment. But notice over much of eastern Pennsylvania and starting to get into northwestern New Jersey, those clouds are breaking up, and as a result, those temperatures are starting to rise rapidly, and the atmosphere is becoming more unstable. This cold front right here is going to be a significant player in the forecast here. This cold front is what's going to cause the strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Now, I wanted to bring up one very important point. This is what we call the mid-level lapse rate. Basically, the difference in temperatures from 850 millibars to, let's say, about 500 millibars. Why is this important? Well, the higher the lapse rate, especially above 6 degrees Celsius, the faster a parcel, let's say water vapor, could rise in the atmosphere. The faster that water vapor rises in the atmosphere, the stronger the thunderstorm. Well, in this case, the atmosphere at the mid levels is becoming increasingly unstable. Now, why is that area of cloud cover that I was pointing out back here so important? Well, the more cloud cover breaks up, the warmer the temperatures get at the surface. The warmer the temperatures get at the surface, the more unstable the atmosphere gets. The more unstable the atmosphere gets, well, you get the point, the better chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. So when I take a look at the water vapor, you can clearly see we have a very impressive upper level trough approaching the northern mid-Atlantic. So what I'm expecting here is that the bulk of the energy with this trough is going to shift more towards the central Hudson River Valley, the Mohawk River Valley, and off towards New England. I think that's where you're going to see the bulk of the strong to severe thunderstorms. But where skies clear over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, especially around northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, and northwestern Connecticut, that's where you're going to see the potential for severe thunderstorms. Further to the south, over much of New Jersey and New York City metropolitan area and Philadelphia metropolitan area, I think you'll see a better potential for strong thunderstorms rather than severe thunderstorms. And the reason why is that the bulk of the lifting is going to be focused more towards New England than the northern mid-Atlantic. But still, because we're dealing with a increasingly more unstable atmosphere, and really this is the real first shot of any potential severe thunderstorms in the forecast area, we have to keep an eye on this development and see exactly how it plays out. Another interesting little let's say, fly in the ointment for severe thunderstorms is that the boundary layer or the surface is still relatively dry. We're still in a bit of a drought here, even with the rain that we've been seeing lately. So it's going to be an interesting influence on the weather pattern as well that we're going to keep an eye on. But as you can see here, once this cold front approaches, it's going to get very interesting later this afternoon into the evening, looking at for an impact between 3 p.m. over eastern Pennsylvania to about 8 p.m. over, let's say, about Connecticut. So this afternoon and evening will be something to keep an eye on. Once this cold front moves through, though, well, the weather conditions get a lot better as this high pressure system will remain in control all the way through this weekend. Let's take a look at the forecast here. And as you can see, we're using the European model guidance. I just wanted to show one other thing. With the radar here, here's our showers and thunderstorms from this morning exiting out. Here's our new developing line starting to take shape over the Ohio River Valley and eastern Great Lakes, especially around Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. This is what we're going to keep an eye on for this afternoon. Okay, back to the forecast here. So here we are for this evening. Our cold front is moving through this evening with showers and thunderstorms. Keep an eye on the potential for severe thunderstorms. Of course, on Twitter and Facebook, I will keep you posted on any severe thunderstorms that do develop. By tomorrow, that high pressure system takes control. Now, temperatures will be a little bit closer to normal in the upper 60s to lower 70s throughout the region. But then look what happens by this weekend. A ridge starts to take shape. Warm air basically dominates the northern mid-Atlantic. We end up with a beautiful weekend with clear skies, comfortable conditions, dry conditions, and temperatures in the upper 70s to mid 80s, possibly pushing the upper 80s in a few isolated locations for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, so definitely get out there and enjoy it. Now, for early next week, there is a hint of a potential disturbance influencing the weather pattern. For right now, I'm keeping the forecast dry as I have some doubts on the strength and the veracity of this disturbance. But for right now, I'm expecting scattered cloud cover, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this disturbance moving forward. I think more likely we're going to see scattered showers more towards Virginia and Maryland right now than New Jersey or Pennsylvania. And then towards the end of the forecast period on the European model guidance, if you want warm weather, now I've been warning this is about to take shape. I've been warning for the past couple of weeks for my premium members, watch out for the summer pattern to start to take shape. Well, here we are. It's starting to form with a nice trough in the west, a nice ridge in the east. The negative NAO pattern is starting to take shape over the northern Atlantic, which enhances the ridge over the eastern United States. And you end up with a very warm pattern starting to take shape. Of course, there's going to be a few mesoscale or small scale features that we're going to keep an eye on, like a sea breeze, for example, that could keep temperatures a bit cooler. But the overall pattern is setting up for above normal temperatures and dry conditions as we head into the middle of this month and towards the end of this month. So if you're looking for above normal temperatures, they're on the way. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information, including those severe thunderstorm potentials, at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.